Welcome to the Game Academy, and today we be dwarves where we're mining for some gold and other things. Because apparently we dwarves mine with dice. And he be shivering, and we talk like pirates. Okay. Alright, and welcome back. I'm Mark, and this is... Reed, I guess. And this is Dwarven Miner from Rather Dashing Games, proudly made in the US of A. And it's 2 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes, and it has a choking hazard warning there, so be careful. If you're under 3 years old, nobody's died here yet, so that's good. You get a quick, simple rule book. Not too complicated game. One of the...
only like 2 pages.
You got a board here, and if you look at the texture on the board, with the light there, I think you can see it. This reminds me of an old school game board finish that you would see on old like Parker Brothers games and stuff. I don't know what that says, but anyway. Reed says it smells good, so there you go. And what you're going to do is you're going to put out your different agents or things that you're going to be mining here. Your iron, your powder, your arcane crystal, precious metals, mithril, and artifacts, which are like a wild.
Yeah.
And then you got your score track over here that's mildly confusing. Then you've got your different items that you'll be building with these components. And then down at the bottom is a place for your cards. The people will be buying things, your patrons. So you'll have your patron pile. Patron pile.
And when we actually got this game, I thought these cards would be much smaller.
Yeah, they're really big cards, which is nice because they need to be with what's on them, and we'll show you that in a moment. And then you also have a vault, and you can. That's what you need to build a vault.
You can have as many as you want.
And as many as you want. And then you've got your backpack. Everybody gets a backpack of their color, and that's so you can store cards and things from round to round, because what you're going to be doing is rolling dice and taking names, and you roll the dice. If you roll any orcs, well, those are just useless to you, and then you can just keep re-rolling as many times as you want, or you can stop whenever you want and take what's there. You can re-roll whichever ones you want.
Try to get all orcs.
And there's also dice with thieves, with like little bags of gold, so you can steal things from your opponents. And I'm not going to go into that too much, but anyway, that's what you can do. You also have cards that you'll put on these spaces that you can put them in your backpack. You'll have cards for up there, and you can put any extras in your backpack. And you're really just fulfilling the orders of these patrons here, and as you can see, like this one shows 4 different things in his backpack. This lady here only needs 2 different things, so it's good that they made the cards nice and big, because otherwise you would not be able to see these things very well. Here, we'll show you this brew made in here. So it shows you what you need. One thing that's negative for me on this game was when we first started playing, and I don't know if it's going to be this way all the time, but when you first start playing this game, you will be confused. As you'll look at these cards, and you'll go, I don't even know what to build. I don't know what I'm going for. There's so much iconography on them at first, and so many items on some of these that it's really hard. So try and complete something smaller first to get your feet wet, because otherwise you're going to be, your head's going to spin. And really, completing 4 is not going to be a possibility until you at least get 1 vault, because you're going to have room to store those items.
Unless you build like 2 of these on 1 turn.
Yeah, you'd have to build 2 in 1 turn otherwise. But you can...
Make sure no one steals something.
Yeah, because you can convert those items these things that you roll into items right away, And then those items you could turn in right away into this. But anything you have left over has to fit in the backpack, otherwise you have to discard it. If you put it in your vault, it's usually safe from robbers, but if they roll 4 robbers, they can steal your entire vault, which can be ridiculous. But anyway, it's rare that ever happens, but Reed's done it to me. And then all of them have points and maybe some special ability that they give you once you play these cards.
Like this one, for each other one that's out on the field, it has to be one that's already been created, not one that's in this card.
Yeah.
And it'll be plus 3 more.
Yeah. So it'll be plus another one. So if like Reed had one and then I played this one, it's worth 4 points. And then the first one to get to 30 points wins. And that's the game. Real clean, simple game. A lot of dice rolling, if that's your sort of thing.
I love dice.
Pretty simple. When you complete a patron, you draw 2 cards, and then you keep whichever.
Or you can discard one to keep both.
You can discard one from your hand too instead. Yeah, that's what Reed's talking about. It does, at first, it takes a little bit of time to get used to. And the first time you play the game will probably take you longer than your subsequent times. So keep that in mind. The first time might be long. The more players you add is just going to add on to the time. Plus, you can get a little bit over-analyzing of the dice once in a while of like, well, I need this to get that. So you can suffer some of that.
Look.
Yep.
I'm rolling.
A lot of wilds. So it's a little simple, maybe overly simple. The theme's just kind of there. It's real pasted on. The quality's not the greatest in this. I mean, these cards are decent quality. The dice have stickers on them, which is The player pawns are just weird. I don't know how they made those. Why do they need those little nubs in them? I don't know. And I don't really particularly care for, like, the artwork's just not quite there on this. Everything seems slightly unfinished, like it just needed another layer of embossing or something on it. How can you say that? I love this game. I don't think it's a bad game, mind you. It's a very simple game. Perhaps a beer and pretzels type game or a soda and chips type game, but it's pretty fun. Reed, go ahead and give your thoughts on this, by all means. I like the dice. Reed does love rolling dice, and so...
Oh, excuse me.
Don't expect a deep game out of this. Not a ton of strategy from what I've seen. You're at the... I made him turn to anything. Sometimes you will be pushing your luck in this game, so there's a bit of that. Just managing those dice and trying to see if you get another orc. You know, there's some of that, but overall it's just an okay game. Nothing I'd go out of my way to get at this point, but it might appeal to some. One of the other things that I do like about this game is that the rules are pretty simple, pretty straightforward. There's not a whole lot of questions in regard to the rules. So it's not a difficult game at all. And I think, you know, for one of their first games that they put out, this was pretty decent release. You know, there's nothing mechanically wrong with the game. It's just kind of there. It's an alright game. But when you've got 400 and some games on your shelf, is it a must-have? Probably not. Reed, if they want to see us play through this game, they can. We will do one. If you want to see it, leave us a comment, because Reed wants to do a walkthrough. But you have to leave a comment telling us that you want to see a walkthrough, and we'll do a playthrough of the game and show you exactly how it's played